Hello friends, good evening. Welcome to NEET World. This is your Abhilash Sir here, Mathematics faculty for AAP Set, KSET, JEE and also Foundation. So when it comes to class 10 CBSE, we have started our discussion on polynomials. So we started with what is a constant, what is a variable, then what is an algebraic expression, then we learned what is a polynomial, okay, and also we learned various concepts associated with polynomials, like what is the value of a polynomial, what is the zero of a polynomial, what is the degree of a polynomial, based on degree how to classify polynomials, that is linear polynomial, quadratic, cubic, biquadratic, constant polynomial, zero polynomial, all these things. And later we learned what is the geometrical meaning of polynomial, that is if it is linear it will have exactly 1 0, that is it will cut x axis at one point, that is if it is polynomial in x. If it is quadratic polynomial, at most 2 zeros, and if it is cubic it is at most 3 zeros. Like that we learnt various concepts. Then we started solving the equations based on relation between coefficients and zeros of the polynomial, that is what sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta is what minus b by a, and product of the zeros, that is c by a, and all those things we verified in the previous class, that is we did exercise 2.1 and in exercise 2.2 we did the first question, that is first main. In that we had given one question as the homework. So let us solve that homework question and then we will proceed with exercise 2.2, and in this class we will be completing with exercise 2.2 friends. So clear what was the homework question that was given? I hope you remember, that is the question that was given is p of x is equal to what? 3x square, okay, minus x minus 4. 3x square minus x minus 4, this was the question that was given. For this we have to do what? We have to find the zeros of the polynomial and establish the or verify the relation between zeros and coefficients, we have to do it. So first by splitting the middle term we can write it as what? First I should write this as what? I should write this as equal to 0. I have to find the zeros of the polynomial. 3x square minus x minus 4 should be equal to 0. Now I have to find zeros of the polynomial by what? By splitting the middle term. This method you already learnt in class 9. Okay. So what is the product? Minus 4, 3, that is you will get it as minus 12, and sum should come as minus 1. So you can write it as what? Minus 4 plus 3. So this will give me what? 3x square, okay, plus 3x, okay, plus 3x and minus 4x. Minus 4 is equal to 0. If I take common, what I can take common? 3x, I can take it as common, this will be x plus 1. Here I can take what common? I can take minus 4 common, this will become x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, x plus 1 is equal to 0. What will we get? 3x minus 4 into x plus 1 is equal to 0. These are the factors we will get. Okay, 3x minus 4 into what it is? We will get it as x plus 1. So if I equate it to 0, I will get it as this will be x will be equal to 4 by 3, this x will be equal to minus 1. Let alpha be equal to 4 by 3 friends, and beta will be equal to minus 1. Now what we have to do? We have to find zeros of the polynomial. To find zeros of the polynomial, actually we found the zeros of the polynomial, let us establish the relation between zeros and coefficients. That is what? By direct method, what we can do? By using the direct method, let us find the sum of the zeros. So what is that? Sum of the zeros. Sum of zeros, that is what? Alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta directly we have to find. Okay, 4 by 3 minus 1. 4 by 3 minus 1 is what? 4 by 3 minus 1. 4 by 3 minus 1 is LCM is 3 itself, that will be 4 minus 3, that will be equal to what? 1 by 4. Okay, we got 1 by 4. We got it as what? 1 by 4. Now product of the zeros. Product of zeros. Product of zeros is what friends? That is alpha into beta, that is equal to what? We have to multiply, that is 4 by 3 into minus 1 gives us what? Minus 4 by 3. It gives us minus 4 by 3. So direct method is done. Now we have to do what? Verification. So we have to do what? Verification. Let us do verification here. So first let us write the standard form of the polynomial. Standard form of the polynomial is what? It is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, this is the standard form. Now what is the question that is given? Question that is given is 3x square minus x minus 4. Okay, 3x square minus x minus 4. So here a will be equal to what? 3. Okay, b will be equal to what? Minus 1, and c will be equal to what? Minus 4. Now what we have to do? Use the formula method, that is what? Sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros, that is what? Alpha plus beta is equal to what friends? Is equal to minus b by a. okay, is equal to what? Minus b by a. Here minus b is what? Minus 1. Okay, p is what? Minus 1. So minus b will become just 1. So this will become 1. A is what? 3. Okay, a is what? 3. Okay, a is what? 3. Oh, actually this should be 1 by 3. Here we have done a mistake. Okay, excuse me, this will be 1 by 3. Denominator should be 3. So here we got 1 by 3. There also we got, see, here also 1 by 3, sum of the zeros, product of the zeros, sum of the zeros, here also 1 by 3. Now let us look at the product of the zeros. Let us look at the product of the zeros. I hope it is visible. See here, product of zeros. Product of zeros, that is alpha beta, that is equal to what, friends? Product of 0 is c by a. C by a, I should write it. C is what here? C is what? Minus 4. Okay, a is what, friends? A is equal to 3. So this is equal to what? Minus 4 by 3. So what is product of the zeros here? Minus 4 by 3. Here also it is minus 4 by 3. Hence it is verified. Sum of the zeros and product of the zeros, direct method. Sum of the zeros, product of the zeros by formula method. We are getting the same values. So it is verified. That's how you solve this question. So 2.2 exercise first main completely we have done. Okay, elaborately stepwise we have done. Like this wise only you have to solve in the exam also. Like this way only you have to solve. Each step is very important. Clear? Let us move to the next question, friends. Let us move to the next part of the exercise, that is here till now what they were given. They were given what they are given. They are given the quadratic polynomial. They are given the polynomial. They are asking us to find the zeros. Then establish the relation between sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. That is, establish a relation between zeros and coefficients of the polynomial. But here in this part what they have given, find a quadratic polynomial each with the given numbers as sum and product of the zeros. Here they have not given the zeros. They are asking us to find the quadratic polynomial. Okay, if they had given the zeros, finding the quadratic polynomial would be easy. But here they are asking us to find the quadratic polynomial and they have given sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. Okay, they have not given the zeros, they have given sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. Using that we have to find the quadratic polynomial. Okay, this is a reverse process to what we did in the first main. Second main is completely reverse of what we did in the first main. So here we have to find what? Quadratic polynomial. So see here, friends, the first question that is given is 1 by 4 comma minus 1. This is what? 1 by 4 is what? Sum of the zeros and product of the zeros respectively. So 1 by 4 is sum of the zeros, minus 1 is product of the zeros. So let the quadratic polynomial be, let the quadratic polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c and alpha and beta be its zeros, and alpha and beta be its zeros. Okay, and alpha and beta be its zeros. It is zeros of the polynomial. Now what we have, friends? We have sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta is given as what? Alpha plus beta is given. Alpha plus beta, what is the thing that we have? Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Okay, alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Let me write as it is. See here. First of all, they have given alpha plus beta is what? Sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros is what? 1 by 4. What about product of the zeros? Product of the zeros is what? Alpha beta. What they have given is equal to minus 1. But by formula method we know that alpha plus beta is equal to what? Minus b by a. So this minus b by a is equal to what? 1 by 4. And alpha beta is what? By formula method it is c by a. C by a is equal to minus 1. Okay, minus 1 is nothing but minus 1 by 1. Okay, now see here, here also I am having a, here also I am having a. What is the common thing I have here also, here also? Here it is a, here also it is a. So looking at this I can say that here a is 4 means here also a should be 4, or here if it is a is 1 means here also a should be 1. So let me take a is equal to 4, here also a should be 4. To make it 4, what I should do? I should multiply numerator and denominator by 4. So I will multiply numerator and denominator by 4. This gives me what? Minus 4 by 4. So I got a is equal to 4. So what I will get now? If a is equal to 4, if a is equal to 4, I will get b is equal to what? So this here what I should do? One more step. This will be b by a is equal to what? Minus 1 by 4. So if a is equal to 4, what happens to b? B will be equal to minus 1 and c will be equal to minus 4. Now I got a, I got b and I got c. So the required polynomial is wherever ax square plus bx plus c is there, I have to put this value. So here what I can do, see here friends, here I can write it as the required polynomial is, see here ax square plus bx plus c. Ax is what? A is what? 4x square plus bx plus c plus bx. So b is what? Minus 1 minus x plus c. C is what? Minus 4. This is the answer. This is the polynomial that is required. Friends. Okay, this is one method. Another method that you can follow is, that is a very simple method that you can follow. Okay, there is one more method which is a very simple method that you can follow. So let us use the second method. Either you can use this method or that method. Marks will be awarded, nothing to worry. Okay, I would suggest you to prefer second method because it is easy and it will be useful in many other questions if you follow the second method. This is method 1. Okay, let us look at the second method. Students, see here, second method. Same method has been used in R.D. Sharma also, R.S. Agarwal also. Okay, CBSE will award marks if you do it in this method also. So let us see. Okay, for this also we have to start with, let the quadratic polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c and alpha and beta beats zeros. Okay, alpha and beta beats zeros. Now, if alpha and beta are at zeros, then the required polynomial is, the required polynomial is of the form, is of which form? Is of the form, this form, you have to remember this form, this is very important, x square minus alpha plus beta x. Okay, see that method you can follow, but if it is given cubic polynomial by quadratic and all, they will get stuck. So if you follow this method, for quadratic this one, for biquadratic it is different, for cubic it is different. For quadratic, if you take this method, x square minus alpha plus beta x, okay, minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta, okay, this is the required quadratic polynomial. This is what we got. Now based on this, if I put the values, what I have here, x square minus alpha plus beta is what? Alpha plus beta is what it is? It is 1 by 4. See here, you can see they have given sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros is what? Sum of the zeros is 1 by 4. Okay, and product of the zeros is what? Minus 1. So if I put the values directly, see what I will get here, x square minus 1 by 4x. Okay, product of the zeros is minus 1. Okay, this if I take LCM, what I will get? If I take LCM, I will get it as 4x square minus x. Okay, 4x square minus x minus 4. This is what I will get for this one, or you can keep it as it is. Okay, or you can keep it as it is. This 4 will go over that side. If you equate it to 0, 4 will become 0. Okay, this 4 will become equal to 0. So this is the quadratic polynomial. Okay, this is the quadratic polynomial that was required. Okay, this is the quadratic polynomial that is required. So see here, you got here what? 4x square minus 4x minus 4, and what you got here? 4x square minus x minus 4. This is 4x square minus x minus 4. Here also you got 4x square minus x minus 4. Same thing you got here also. Okay, if you equate it to 0, this 4 will become equal. If it is equated to 0, this 4 will go to RHS. 4 into 0 will become 0. That's it, nothing to worry. So or you can keep it as it is, x square minus 1 by 4x minus 1. That is also totally fine. Okay, now let us look at the second question. I hope second method you understood. Let us look at the second question. Okay, let us do using our approach, this method. Okay, this method we will use. What is the sum of the zeros is what? What is the question that they have given? Root 2 comma 1 by 3. Root 2 comma 1 by 3 is the question that is given. Second question, what is that? Root 2 comma 1 by 3. Okay, this is sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. Okay, we have to write, let the quadratic polynomial be, every question you have to write all these steps. Let the quadratic polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c, and alpha and beta be its zeros, and alpha and beta be its zeros. Okay. So now what they are asking us to find the polynomial when sum of the zeros and product of the zeros is given. Therefore the required polynomial is you have to write down required polynomial is the required polynomial is, you have to write down what it is, x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. This is plus alpha beta. So this implies what? This is x square minus alpha plus beta is what? Root 2x, okay, plus alpha beta is what? 1 by 3. Keep it as it is, or you can take LCM. Okay, keep it as it is. This is totally fine. This is the method you can follow. Clear? That's it. Let us move to the next one, friends. Okay, let us move to the next one. What is the question that they have given? Zero comma root 5. Third question is what? 0 comma root 5. 0 comma root 5 is the question. Third question is 0 comma root 5. So here also again let the quadratic polynomial be. Let the quadratic polynomial be what? Ax square plus bx plus c and alpha and beta be its zeros. See, you may feel that these questions are very simple and easy. Although it is very simple, still we have to solve, so that these are NCERT questions, you should not go wrong. That's why we are solving this. Then we will be solving RS Agarwal or RD Sharma questions. They are a little complex. Don't worry, we will simplify it and we will solve. Definitely have to watch those sessions, it will be highly useful for you. Now look at this. Now the required polynomial is what? The required polynomial is what is it? It is of which form? It is of x square minus alpha plus beta x. Next it is plus or minus? It is plus alpha beta. It is plus alpha beta. So if I put the values, x square minus alpha plus beta is what? 0x plus alpha beta is root 5. So this will become what? X square minus x square plus root 5. This is the required polynomial. The coefficient of x is 0, that means the term x doesn't exist. This is the answer to this question. Okay, this is the answer to this question, friends. I hope it is clear. Okay, this is the answer to this question. You should be careful because here it is 0x, that means the term x does not exist, that is coefficient of x is 0. Okay, clear? Let us move to the next question. What is the question that they have given? 1 and 1. 1 and 1 they have given. First preference is we will be solving all the NCERT questions, then chapter wise, then after each chapter we will be solving RS Agarwal or RD Sharma most of the questions. Okay, and most importantly we will be solving previous year questions when it comes to CBSE chapter wise also. Clear? So each chapter will be covered comprehensively. 1 and 1 is given. So this is what? Fourth question. One comma 1. So the required polynomial is. So directly I am writing. So first you should write what? Let the quadratic polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c. Okay. Then alpha and beta be its 0. That you have to write it in every question. But here I am writing directly. The required polynomial is. The required polynomial. Because you understood how to do it. The required polynomial is what? The required polynomial is of the form x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. That is what? X square alpha plus beta, sum of the zeros is what? 1. So 1x. Next sum of the zeros is product of the zeros is 1. So this becomes what? X square. 1x means nothing but x. X square minus x plus 1 is the answer to this question. X square minus x plus 1. Okay. Next question, that is what they were given is, that is fifth question. they have given minus 1 by 4 comma 1 by 4. I think that is the question. Minus 1 by 4 comma 1 by 4. So here also let the quadratic polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c and alpha and beta be its zeros. Please write down that statement. Then you have to write down what I write. Okay, that statement you have to write it. In every question I need not write, but you have to write. So here the required polynomial is what? The required polynomial is okay, the required polynomial is okay, x square minus alpha plus beta x into alpha plus alpha beta. So that is x square minus 1 by 4, minus into minus will become plus, plus 1 by 4 x plus 1 by 4. Okay, if I take LCM, this will become 4x square plus x plus 1. This 4 will go that side, or you can keep it as it is. If without taking LCM, you can keep it as it is like this. This is also totally fine. You can keep it as it is. Clear? Let us move to the next question. That is what? What is the question that they have given? I think 4 and 1. So this is what? This is 4 comma 1. I think sixth question. This is 4th comma 1. So the required polynomial is what? The required polynomial is of what? Which method? That is x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. Okay, x square minus alpha plus beta is what? 4. 4x plus alpha beta is what? 1. Okay, this is what we got. This is what? By using our method. Or if you want to use the conventional normal method, that also you can use. This method is also fine. Let us solve this question by two methods. This is second method. This I wanted to follow. First method which we solved for the first question, let us solve here also. That is what? Alpha plus beta is what? Alpha plus beta is 4. Okay. So let the required polynomial, let the quadratic polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c. Okay. Now alpha plus beta is equal to 4. Then alpha beta is equal to what? Alpha beta is equal to 1. Alpha plus beta is equal to 4. Alpha plus beta is nothing but equal to what? Minus b by a. Minus b by a is equal to 4. That means what? This implies this is equal to minus 4 by 1. So b by a is equal to minus 4 by 1. What about alpha beta? Alpha beta is c by a. C by a is equal to 1. This implies nothing but what? 1 by 1. Or I can write here itself. This will be c by a. C by a will be equal to what? C by a will be equal to 1 by 1. Now a is 1 here also, a is 1 here also. So if a is equal to 1, what I will have? If a is equal to 1, b is equal to what? B is equal to minus 4, c is equal to what? 1. If I put these values, what I get in ax square plus bx plus c. So the required polynomial will be the required polynomial will be what? The required polynomial will be the required polynomial is the required polynomial is what? It is a is what? 1, that is x square plus b is what? B is minus 4x plus c. C is what? Plus 1. X square minus 4x plus 1. So what is the answer here? X square minus 4x plus 1. Here also it is x square minus 4x plus 1. So we started with what? We started with a given quadratic polynomial. We had to find the zeros, then establish the relation between zeros and coefficient. That we found the direct method alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Then we have to verify by using alpha plus beta is what? Sum of the 0 is minus b by a, then alpha beta is equal to product of the 0 is c by a. Then we verified. That is one main. Next thing is they gave the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros, not the zeros. They gave sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. Then we had to find what? We had to find what is that? We had to find the quadratic polynomial. For that I told two methods. One is by equating to minus b by a and c by a and equating the values of a and finding out if a is given, if a is equated, then we will find b and c, then we will put the values in ax square plus bx plus c. Another thing is the required polynomial is of the form x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. There what you can do, sum of the zeros alpha plus beta directly you can substitute, then product of the zeros alpha beta you can substitute there. So you will get it as what? X square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta, that form you will get it. Okay, I hope it is clear. Let us start in the next class the exercise 2.3. Before that, whatever the concepts are there, when it comes to exercise 2.3 we will do. Okay, I think exercise 2.3 is about cubic polynomial. Okay, let us wind up now. I will meet in the tomorrow session. Good evening again. Please keep studying. Okay. Take care. Thank you.